greatest freaking opportunity. When I was 14, I started out in tennis academy. I did that for 5 years, made really good money. For individual lessons, I got $25 to $45 an hour. Pretty good. For camps in the summer, I got up to $100 an hour. Most people in my life tell me that's good money. I thought that was good money too. I thought that was good money too. My freshman year, I went to University of Oklahoma and played basketball. Decided I was going to stop the whole tennis thing. My income went from $5,000 a month to $0 a month. And in 3 months, being a freshman in college, I blew all my money on sports betting, concerts, other stuff we won't talk about. And I blew all my money in 3 months. I remember sitting in my dorm room in November, looking at my bank account, I had $27 left in my bank account. I went broke. And I had expenses to pay, I had a lot of things going on, I was broke, and that was probably the best thing that ever happened to me. That's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because from that moment on, I started studying wealthy people. I started studying people who had more money, studying people like Donald Trump, Warren Buffett, Robert Kiyosaki, Richard Branson. What I learned is they don't go out, truly wealthy people, they don't go out and find a great job. They don't go out and find something for themselves. They go out and create as many jobs, create as many opportunities for other people as possible. They build a passive income where you're making money regardless of what you're doing. So I looked for something like that. I looked for an opportunity where I could do that. Obviously, not very many good ones out there, so I couldn't find anything. My sophomore year, I went to Chapman University out here in California. I played basketball at Chapman University. And at the end of my basketball season, my cousin Alex, you guys know, I hope, approached me on this whole Bema thing. So I'm going to do this Bema thing, it's crazy. I watched these 2 videos, watched 2 videos. Of an older guy, no offense to Tall Out Cassie, but I couldn't relate to an older man telling about some business. There was no YPR, there was no Verve Bull, there was no party, there was no weight loss rings, there was no app, there was no BMW Mercedes phones, none of that stuff. Our energy drink can, some of the guys that have been around, it literally looked like it was made in the 1960s. Thank God, Mark Patterson, being the genius that he is, created the sexiest product on the earth. Woo! Alex and I, we hit diamond the same day. Most people don't know that. We hit diamond the same day. But before we did that, he didn't tell me about the sense of urgency. Before I got on board, he didn't tell me about the sense of urgency. I waited 18 hours. I didn't see the vision. I waited 18 hours before I got on board. I was tired, call me tomorrow. Just call me tomorrow, no big deal. In those 18 hours, guess what happened? One kid got on board. That kid's Josh Noble. And by waiting 18 hours, I missed out on about 6,000 auto deliveries that would have been in my organization. I'm not saying that to throw that in your guys' face, but that hurts. That's something that's tough to get over, but that's why you want to create a sense of urgency for your team. So long story short, got the diamond, same day, dropped back down to silver within a week. Both of us did. Because we weren't following the roadmap, that's already set out for us. We weren't following the roadmap to success. We weren't creating leaders. We weren't duplicating our efforts. And that was really the first test that we had. That was the first real test that we had. And there's many of them. If you want to be gold, you want to be platinum, you want to be presidential, ambassador, pinnacle, you're going to go through a roller coaster ride. You think Brad O'Connor was ordered a silver pack and just cakewalk his way up to pinnacle? He's going to do a roller coaster, ups and downs, like Jason's talking about. You're going to have low points. And when you get a test, you have 2 decisions. 2 decisions. Either quit, prove everyone else is always not going to work right, or you don't quit, and you turn that test into a testimony. Yeah. That's what one kid here today. I want Donovan Perry, if you're in here, stand up. You can see right there. This kid, 19 years old, for 13 months, he did not make 1 penny of income. Not 1 penny. Most people quit after 13 days, or 13 weeks. He went 13 months without making 1 penny, and kept going at it. And he picked up his BMW last week.
Yeah!
Whoa! Yeah! Ups, there's downs, you go through everything, you can't quit. And he was going on with other issues, other personal You think you're the only one who has problems? Right? Everyone has problems. It just comes in different forms. Bad stuff happens to everyone. Some people lose a family member. Some people lose their bank account. Some people lose their friends. Everything happens. It's just different forms. All right? But here's what you need to understand. It's not what happens to you that determines your life outcome. It's not what happens to you that determines your life outcome. It's what you do about what happens. It's what you do about what happens. It's not what happens to you. All right? So you need to understand that. This business, it's very, very, very simple. Cody Martin just talked about it. This business is so simple, a 7-year-old can understand it. I can literally take your little brother, put him right there, show him the game plan, get him to 6 figures in the next 12 months. It's so simple, he can understand it. I mean, BK, we maybe talk about that. All right, but it's so simple, but there's a difference between simple and easy. It's not easy. And that's a mistake a lot of people have. This business is very simple. It's not easy. The reason it's not easy is because when you break away from what most people are doing in the world, when you break away from what most of your friends, most of the family, most of society is doing, that's tough. That's tough for your friends and family to take. And they react in a negative way. I'm sure anyone here who's at least hit bronze or every time for more than a week has seen that. Alright, so when that happens to you, when your best friend, when your sister, when your brother, or people you care about, you love, are looking you in the eyes, so dead in the eyes, telling you, you're dumb, it's not going to work, you're a scam, you're not going to make money, you're trying to do those things, our business plan doesn't work, everything. Alright, when your people you care about are telling you that to your face, that's really hard to take. That is really, really hard to take. Alright, so that's why it's important. Alright, if you guys, the roadmap to success, the first 2 steps, figure out your why and get your right mindset and attitude. Figure out why you're doing business. Alright, why are you doing business? What are you going to do once you hit pinnacle? What are you going to do once you hit presidential? Once you hit diamond? Alright, why are you doing it? And then get the right mindset. Because if you don't have the right mindset and attitude, when your friends tell you it's not going to work, you're not going to get through that. You're going to quit, like most people. Alright, but if you want what most people have, then do that. If you want something that most people don't have, you have to do something a little bit different. Right? You have to do something a little bit different and develop a DAF mentality. Don't care what people think about you, because why would you care? Why do you care? That's their business. That's not your business. What other people think about you is none of your business. Alright? Raise your hand if you're a human in here. Alright? Or you're not raising your hand, you got problems. Alright? Everyone here's gonna die. I'm guessing when you die, you're gonna have a funeral, right? People are gonna show up at your funeral. Here's what's cool about that. The number one determining factor in how many people show up at your funeral is not the type of person you are. It's not the amount of people you help. It's not how great of a person you are. Great guys from this organization, this there. None of that matters. The number one determining factor in how many people show up to your funeral is the weather. The weather. The weather. It rains, 30% less people show up to your funeral. You had a great life, saved a lot of lives, helped a lot of people, alright, created 1,000 presidential for your team, helped change millions of lives, and then your best friend doesn't show up to the event that celebrates your entire life because it's drizzling outside. You know, when it gets wet. Alright, so knowing that, why would you care what anyone else thinks about you? You can't. You have to develop that mentality, that mindset, knowing that you're about to go through a roller coaster. It's a long ride, but it's worth it every single time. Alright, and you have to make the decision that you're going to do it. You can't be 99% in, you can't be 85% in, you can't be, okay, I'm going to do this a little bit and see how it works, and see if it's going to work out. No, you have to be 100% all in. That's our convention this year in Vegas. 100% all in. You have to make that decision. Right? Unfortunately for me, it took me a year and a half and watching my not-so-bright cousin get to $175,000 a year before I was like, okay, he can do it. I'm tired of sitting on the sidelines. I want to get on board, and I'm going to do this. Alright, so he took it fast, I took it slow. It doesn't matter. It works every single time. The only way you fail is if you quit during your low points. Alright, so don't quit during your low points. Make the decision. I remember the day I was sitting August 4th, 2012. I was watching a video of Alex and a few other people at Ustream, and I made the decision right then, and I'm going to make this thing work. Alright, and then 3 weeks later, I found a guy named Johnny Crossway, right, executive of my organization. This guy is a ridiculous leader, one of the best leaders of my team. I found him, and everything changed. Alright, you don't depend on that person to change your business, but all it takes is one person to explode your business, and then everything got going from there. So make the decision, make it happen, alright, and don't care what anyone else thinks about it. You're going to go through stuff. You know that's coming. You know it's coming. So when it comes, then okay, great. Here's an opportunity. Here's an obstacle. Alright, am I going to let the obstacle overcome me? or are you going to overcome the obstacle? It's one or the other. And it's not DK's decision. It's not your decision. Alright? But it is your decision. Alright? It's your decision. You've got to overcome that. And this is going to be ridiculous. Get to convention. It's going to be crazy. I look forward to seeing you guys there. Alright,